Hello everyone, welcome back to the Makisode YouTube channel. How are you today? All right, so today straight up we're going to be demystifying what Jennifer Lopez wore. I'm sure you all have heard about her. She's popularly known as J-Lo. J-Lo is your your girl from next door. Yeah, she's a businesswoman. She's Latin American. She's a singer, a songwriter, an actress, and a dancer. She is essentially a Janet of all trades. All right, and she does very well at those trades. So today we're going to be walking us through a variation of this white dress that she wore right here. This long sleeve, canoe neck, and ankle length dress. The dress looks knitted, but I'm going to be talking us through a crochet version of this dress, how to crochet it. All right. So for starters, right, we need to understand what's going on with the pattern. So we have this zigzaggy thing going on with the pattern. We also have those posts, like, the straight lines looking like posts there. So what we're going to do is to represent our post as actual post, meaning we're going to be using double crochet front post stitches, right? And then for the zigzaggy look, we're going to be using the houndstooth V. Houndstooth V essentially means single crochet, chain, double crochet, single crochet, chain, double crochet. That's what we're going to be using there. So before I go on to do all of that for us, are you new to our channel? Go and subscribe. On a weekly basis, we bring you brand new videos, walking you through, inspiring you on all of the possibilities of crochet. We walk you through how we made one of our own bespoke pieces. We also demystify what one celebrity or another wore. So who's your favorite celebrity? Do you have something she wore? Would you like us to demystify it for you? Please do let us know. Any of our videos, just put a comment in there and we will definitely find it and do something about it for you. Yeah, we have our galleries up on Instagram. Yeah, for our wedding day apparel, you can find those at Makisode Weddings. And then for our everyday apparel, our corporate casuals, you can find those at Makisode Models. Do well to follow, do well to like, do well to leave a nice comment, and do well to share our content. So let's come back to this beautiful dress. What does it look like? I talked about a wide neckline right there, right? Talked about that wide neckline. Yeah. So I also talked about sleeves. So right here is where I'm gonna be, and the dress is hugs the upper part of the body, and then from the waist it just cascades down into an A. It's not too flowy, but yeah, from around the waist it cascades open to the lower part. Now there's a slit somewhere from the let's say from the thigh area. Yeah, for those who want it a little bit more decent, you can slit yours from the knee area or from wherever you'd like to. Now the sleeve is a funnel like sleeve. It's wrist. Yeah, it extends all the way to the wrist, and it is funnel like. So you have something like this, and then like I said, you have all those zigzaggy things, and then you have visible posts. You have visible posts. So I'm going to be walking us through you know how I think that design was created. So all of that is also affected how the sleeves were created. So this is it essentially. This right here, this is what the dress looks like. Yeah, and then the back side of the dress, very interesting. The back side of the dress, it's open. The back side of the dress, I'm gonna put that in here, is open, a little bit. You have this, that's the back side of the dress. The back side of the dress is open here, a button here, and then it was sewn on here, and then opened up a little bit more here, sewn up here. So you can decide how many openings you want. Yeah, or you can just keep it as this one. Yeah, so I'm going to walk us through all of that in a bit. So let's talk about the pattern. What happened? um let me keep this way. So for this pattern, right, we said we have the V, we have the houndstooth V's. Okay, so I'm going to start us from where the pattern is actually visible, then I'll walk downwards and then walk back upwards to give us a full look. Okay, so let's say we start out with a because we're going to be working with a single crochet stitch and a double crochet stitch. halfway in between that, we have the half double crochet stitch, right? So the half double crochet stitch sort of takes sort of measures the same height as when you put a single crochet stitch and double crochet stitch beside each other. So that is what I'm going to be using for the ends of this, because I'm going to just be showing us from one end to the other. So but if you, when you're now working it in the round, you need to know what the difference would be at all of those points. Yeah, you're going to be having the Houndstooth V and the Houndstooth V and the double crochet post. So let's talk about that. Houndstooth V, yeah, small single crochet stitch, double crochet stitch down right there, single crochet stitch, double crochet stitch with a chain, single crochet stitch, double crochet stitch, chain right there, single crochet stitch, double crochet stitch, and chain. Now we have 1 2 3 4 V's. You can choose as many V's as what you want to in between the post. So right here, I'm going to insert a double crochet post, and then I start all over again. Single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch. Now because I have decided 1 2 3 4, so I'm going to work single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, and then here I have the post. So again, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch, single crochet stitch, chain, double crochet stitch. I now have 4, so another post goes right there. So if you're working in the round, you know exactly what to do. So you're going to keep working this, and then you're going to end up here, right here. So this post right here becomes the post that is here. So I'm going to stop here and then continue downward to show us what this actually means for us as a foundation chain. So to create the foundation chain, you know that we need, for if you're working in diagonals, meaning from side to side, you're going to be needing chain here. This represents a chain. This represents a chain. For every V stitch, there are 3 chains. Remember that. Every V stitch has 3 chains. Every V stitch has 3 chains, and then the chain for the post. So every V stitch has 3 chains. 3 chains, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and then that chain for the post. All right, so essentially if we're using 4 V stitches before the chain, before the post, we know we need 3 times 4, that's 12, plus this 13. So essentially it's going to be in multiples of 13, in multiples of 13 stitches, right? Multiples of 13 stitches. So you determine how many stitches you're going to be needing to go around each part of that body. Now it's usually for this type of dress, I would recommend that you use the measurement for the bust area. The measurement for the bust area allows the dress to sit nicely over the bust. And if you're using acrylic yarn, yeah, you'll be required for this dress. It is recommended that you use very lightweight yarn, right? Not thread, yeah, not lace thread, but something a little bit bigger. Say your 3-ply, for example. Your 3-ply would work nicely, and then if you can handle the 2-ply, great for you. So 2-ply, 3-ply, those work greatly for this dress, right? Something lightweight. Now the reason for that is so that you have a flowy dress. You want the dress to be flowy, all right? So that's why we recommend the 2-ply or the 3-ply for this dress. So remember, 13 sets of stitches, or 13 stitches per set. That's what it is, stitches per set. So that will determine how many stitches you go, that will go all around the individual. If you're using 4 V stitches in between the posts, if you want to use less, please go right ahead and use less. If using more would give you a better look, please go right ahead and do that. Now above this, we're going to be having, when you come back around to this post, right? Remember that I said this post equals this post. So if you're counting, when you count all the way here, you're not going to be counting this. For those who are going to be working in the round, this will only work out if you are working diagonally, meaning from one end to the other, and then coming back to this end and going back to this other side. And then you may want this, your last post, to be a half double crochet. Like I said, the half double crochet height, yeah, if you're working a single crochet height and a double crochet height beside each other, they end up, canceling each other out and then ending up as a half double crochet height. So note that. However, if you're working in the round, please maintain your double crochet post. So the next row now, what you're going to be having is a front post double crochet stitch. Is going to be here. You put in your V here, meaning single crochet, chain, double crochet, single crochet into that chain space right there, chain, double crochet, single crochet, chain, double crochet into the chain space, single crochet, chain, double crochet. Then around this double crochet you're going to have a post. Now what this does, usually when you work a double crochet post, it reduces the height of the double crochet, so you end up with something that's akin to a half double crochet height. I don't know whether this is understandable to y'all, but like I said, I'm just going to talk this again. So single crochet, chain, double crochet into the chain space from below, single crochet, chain, double crochet into the chain space below, single crochet, chain, double crochet into the chain space below. Yeah, so that's about a single crochet, chain, double crochet into that chain space below, and then you're back around the post for those who used 4 V's in between their posts. So you work your front post double crochet. So now this way, remember that if at any point in time you turn your work, when you get to this point, it has to be a back post. So your right side is going to be where you work the front post, because there has to be that bulge. It's got to show, right? It's got to show, as you can see it on the dress. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can walk us a demonstration before I come back to talking about the dress. So I'm just going to walk with say I'm going to walk 26 stitches right there. So 26 stitches. What do I have? I'm going to have, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. This takes care of the V stitches in between if I'm going to be using 4. Then I have my post at the beginning, another post at this point, and then I go another 12. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, and then the final post. So I'm going to be having 2 sets of these 4 V stitches right here. So yeah, this is it. So you have done my foundation chain. So to obtain these 2 sets right here, I have 12 plus 12, 24, and then I need 1 2 3 posts. So 24 plus 3, that gives me 27 stitches. So on this stitch right here, I'm going to have to work a half double crochet stitch, because I'm working diagonally, so I can show us what this turns out to be. So that's a post right there. Okay, and then my next stitch is a single crochet stitch, chain. I'm going to skip that. This represents a V, so that's 1 V, 2 V's. Remember that because there's a chain in between my V's, I'm going to be skipping a stitch from below. So 3rd V, and then my 4th V. This is my 4th V. So after this 4th V, what did I say we have? We have a post. So I'm going to be putting a double crochet stitch in there. Okay, and then I start my V's again. Single crochet, chain, skip, double crochet. So single crochet right beside it, that's the second one, skip, double crochet. So 2 V2. This is our 3rd V right here. And then this is our 4th V right here. Okay, and then this is where the final post is gonna be. So my posts, I'm going to be working a half double crochet stitch because I want it to end there. So when I come back around here, I'm starting out with that half double crochet stitch. So remember, this was a V, so I'm gonna be a V. This is the first V, the second V, the third V, the fourth V, yeah, for this side. This is a set. Yeah, and then my post comes next, so I'm gonna work a front post double crochet stitch right here, and then continue next V, and a second V. This is the second V, the third V. Remember to swatch, right? Remember to swatch so that you know exactly how many stitches, or how many sets of stitches that you need to go around this individual's body. I'm at the last point, so I'm just going to insert a half double crochet in there to obtain that height. You see, now the first row is going to look like it's a lot, it's really, really holy, but yeah, that's just because of the stitches, yeah, of the pattern that we are using. Okay, so when you come back around, you change to turn your work because you're working a half double crochet stitch. I'm going to just put another half double crochet stitch in there, and then continue. It's going to be a V stitch here, 1 2 3 4 V's. Now because I'm working diagonally, that stitch right there, I'll now work it as a back post. So yeah, let me just walk you all the way there and show you how this is. But remember, if you're walking in the round and maintaining your right side, all of those stitches at the post are going to be front post stitches. Okay, so this is my third V, yeah, and this is the fourth V right here. And so this post right here is going to be a back post, so that by the time I turn it around this way, it shows right there. So you see, so you have that bulge there. This bulge is going to keep creating that straight line there, and then you keep having this zigzaggy look. It's a very beautiful pattern to work with this dress with. Okay, so yeah, let's come back to the dress. So yeah, you could start from the armhole area, right? Start from the armhole area and walk down. Now remember that when you start from the armhole area, because the back side is going to be open, I don't know if you would have decided that you want the opening to exceed the armhole depth. If you want that opening to exceed the armhole depth, it means that you're going to walk an open tube. You will not close the tube up. Why? That opening has to be there. But if you're buttoning, you just want one opening up there, and then you want it to just be beyond here because you really want it to be really, maybe decent. You want it to be really preservative and conservative, yeah. So you could maintain just one opening and make it start from the armhole point upward. All right. So here you can start from there, start from that armhole point there, right under the armpit, and walk your way down. Now, as you walk your way down, you realize that at some point you're going to be needing increases. So because you have maintained 4 V's between each post, ensure that even when you're increasing, you maintain your 4 V's between each post, so that sometime around here, around the hip point, you may have to now insert another post right there. Somewhere around here, you may need to insert a post, yeah, so that it will be even. You're going to evenly be maintaining 4 V's or 5 V's or 3 V's, as the case may be, or as you have designed your own to be. So as you walk your way down, right, you determine where you want your slit to start, or you do not want a slit at all, and so you just continue keeping it, walking in the round and closing it up. When you get to this end, of course, this other part, you need to work your back and front panel. Now, because the front panel is closed up, right, so you can work the front panel first. Work your front panel upward, maintain your post, work it upward all the way. You know, you can make it a really cut it really close to the neckline. Okay, yeah, that works too. If you want it to have a little bit more dent, you can come down, you know, lower, but it's all left for you. And then of course, when you turn back around, you're going to have to split the back panel into two. So you're going to walk up one side of the back panel first, the left side first, and then the right side. Okay, walk that up, join them up at the shoulder. When you join them up at the shoulder, then you can now start working your sleeves. Same way, maintain the same number of V's in between the post, work it same way. And then when you get to where you need to work your increases, you know, you replicate what you did for the lower part of the dress to the sleeves. Remember to follow your measurements. If this measurement is supposed to be all the way from here to the wrist, ensure that you followed it to the letter. That's it. It's a very simple but beautiful dress to work. You can wear this dress to dinners. You can wear it out on a date. You can accessorize, just accessorize as you see fit. Now, if you're an African, put a scarf over this and you are good to go for your Owambe party. So that's about it. Is there any part of what I described right here, be it on the pattern and the workings or the dress itself, that you didn't quite understand? Ask us in the comments and we would you know, explain a little bit more explicitly. But in the meantime, go have fun, work it in any color, work it in any length, work it, you know, in any style, but use the pattern and then, you know, talk to me what your results came out to be. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe.